This fitness guru's first name was actually Milton.
Had a recurring role on General Hospital.
And helped humanity lose approximately 12 million pounds over his career.
Who was it? Find out next on Sarah's Wiki Corner podcast.
It is time for Sarah's Wiki Corner. Hello, Sarah.
Hello.
Hello. What are we learning about today on your Wiki Corner?
Well, like you said, there was a lot has happened in the time that we have been on hiatus with the Wiki Corner.
Yes.
And it was funny because somebody made this comment to me yesterday at the Cornhill Festival. He said, you're going to have a real depressing week with all these celebrity deaths, aren't you?
Oh, my gosh.
For the Wiki Corner. And
yeah,
I said,
they kept coming.
Spot on.
So that's what it is?
Yeah, so we're going to talk about Richard Simmons because he died on, I think it was Saturday, right?
Over
the weekend.
I think
Anyways,
so, yeah.
it was the 13th. So, yeah, Saturday
Okay.
he died. So Richard Simmons, his real name was actually Milton Teagle Simmons. That was his real name.
He didn't seem like a Milton to me.
He didn't seem like a Milton at all. But he was born in New Orleans on July 12th, 1948. So he died a day after his birthday.
He also didn't seem like a New Orleans guy.
No.
I don't know what that means, but...
I agree.
Okay.
I agree. So he became obese during his early childhood and adolescence, describing himself as a compulsive eater as a young boy, and others bullied and made fun of him because of his weight.
Oh.
Simmons weighed nearly 270 pounds when he graduated from high school in the 1960s. In an interview with the Tampa Bay Times, Simmons explained that he adopted the name Richard after an uncle who paid for his college tuition.
Oh, wow.
So that's how he got to Richard Simmons from Milton.
His naming rights.
Yeah. So upon moving to Los Angeles in the 1970s, Simmons developed an interest in fitness and eventually lost 123 pounds.
Wow.
Exercise studios of the day favored the already fit customer.
Yeah.
So little help was available for those who needed to gain fitness from an otherwise unhealthy state.
Sure.
So he opened his own exercise studio, originally called the Anatomy Asylum, which is just a fantastic name.
What a
The
wild
Anatomy
name.
Asylum,
I like that.
where emphasis was placed on healthy eating in proper portions and enjoyable exercise in a supportive atmosphere.
How about that?
Later renamed Slimmons, which I like a
that
lot
too.
also, Slimmons. The establishment continued operations in Beverly Hills, and Simmons taught motivational classes and aerobics there until 2013.
Really?
So, yeah, up
you could
until
just pop in, see Richard Simmons there, take a class.
apparently, yeah. Simmons began to draw media attention due to the success of his health club. He had guest roles on shows like Battlestars, Super Password, Match Game, and Hollywood Squares. Positive viewer reactions landed Simmons a recurring role as himself on General Hospital over a 4-year period.
Was he really?
Yeah, I had no
Hospital?
idea he was on General Hospital, but
Not that I thought General Hospital was a real serious show
no.
necessarily,
But what was Richard Simmons doing on General Hospital?
just wanders in
Yeah.
in his shorts and his tank top.
So this, as well as appearing in shopping malls where he taught exercise classes,
There you go.
led to further media attention. In the early 1980s, Simmons hosted 2 shows. One was Slim Cookin' and the Emmy Award-winning talk show, The Richard Simmons Show.
We had a talk show?
And he won Emmy Awards for it.
Did he really?
In which he focused on personal health, fitness, exercise, and healthy cooking.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rising interest in aerobics during the 1980s led to the popularization of Simmons' line of fitness videos, particularly his Sweatin' to the Oldies series, which became one of the most popular videos during the decade.
Those are very you find those at garage sales. Those are very popular at garage sales
Are
these
they?
days. I feel like I've seen them.
My mom had at least 2 of those videos, and
Yeah.
I remember doing that. Like I remember
You would sweat to the oldies?
I would sweat to the oldies. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So when Simmons started his Sweatin' to the Oldies series in 1988, he decided to populate his stage with regular people who were still struggling with weight loss. Consumers appreciated that Simmons wasn't holding them up to a fitness magazine ideal, and the series went on to sell 25 million copies.
Good for him.
Yeah. Simmons interacted at a personal level with the people using his products. This began by personally answering fan mail he received as a cast member of General Hospital. As of 2008, he personally answered emails and letters and made hundreds of phone calls every week to those seeking his help.
That's very nice.
How amazing is that? Who does that? What celebrity would ever do that?
You got me. I'm still shocked he was on General Hospital though.
Yeah, I know. In 2010, Simmons stated that in the course of his fitness career, he had helped humanity lose approximately 12 million pounds. I don't know how he figured that out, but 12 million pounds.
Sounds
That's
good.
a lot. Good for him. He claimed to have few friends. Aside from his 3 Dalmatians and 2 maids, Simmons lived alone in Beverly Hills. He did not make any major public appearances after 2014 and stopped appearing in public altogether in February of that year.
Yeah.
In March of 2016, speculation began that he was being held hostage by his housekeeper. I vaguely remember this. And in response, on March 14th, 2016, Simmons gave an audio interview on the Today Show denying the rumors.
Just an audio interview. So really nobody saw him for the last 10 years.
Right. Earlier this year, you might remember, Simmons issued a statement clarifying that he was not dying after a Facebook post he wrote encouraging people to embrace every day drew public concern. Remember that? Yeah, that was in like March of this year. Simmons also stated that he no longer had a manager or a publicist and that he had not given permission for a biopic of him, because I think there was talk of like Pauly Shore.
Yeah.
Which is
Are they still making
weird
that?
choice, but I don't know. Not sure.
Okay.
But he wasn't. He didn't give permission for that, so I don't know. So he died on July 13th, 2024, at his home in Hollywood Hills, according to a representative, and he was 76 years old, and his death appeared to be from natural causes.
It's very sad.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how old I thought he was. He's one of those guys, I think, that's hard to tell.
Well,
his
he just
age.
had so much energy all the time.
And,
I mean,
and the hair and the tank top.
And
You
the
throw
shorts.
You throw somebody in an outfit like that, you can't tell how old they are.
That's right.
For the most part.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
You've got a record to go along with Richard Simmons, do you?
Yeah, so we're going to play one of the songs that was on his Sweat Into the Oldies workouts there. We're going to play Windy by The Association.
We'll do it. Sweat along with this one, folks. Sarah, thanks so much.
You're welcome.
There we go.
Richard Simmons.
Very good.
I am enjoying watching the clips.
Of Richard Simmons?
The clips that have been showing up of him.
Well, so earlier this afternoon, we watched a clip of Richard Simmons on Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Oh my gosh.
And somebody texted us on the studio line when they didn't text in the studio line. They messaged us on Facebook. That's what it is. When we posted about his passing.
Mm-hmm.
And the comment, I don't think I can pull it up now on here because we're on here, but he mentioned that clip on Whose Line Is It Anyway, that it's
hilarious. It's so good.
Yeah.
He just was, I feel like he didn't take himself seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously. So, I don't know. You could tell he was having a lot of fun in that clip of just being ridiculous on that show.
I mean, there was a famous clip of him on Letterman,
yeah.
where he was being chased with a fire extinguisher, and you told me that the reason, and I knew he didn't like that, but you said the reason was.
Yeah, so I guess that caused him to have like a pretty serious asthma attack, and I think like, an ambulance had to be called and everything.
Wow.
And so he ended up like not being on the show for like 6 years after that.
Wow.
And then he did go back on the show, and then David Letterman pulled another prank on him.
Really?
And it was like something to do with, I don't know. It involved like a steamer or something, and there's like a tray. I don't really know. And something exploded and scared him, and he like ran away. I don't know.
He is a strange bird, or was a strange bird, but very likable.
Yeah.
Very likable.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely remember doing the tapes.
Yeah.
Of my mom's tapes for sure. Like,
I just wonder what he was like, off camera, off stage.
Yeah.
Because you can't keep up that kind of energy all the time, can you?
I know. And you wouldn't think so.
I mean, I couldn't.
No, absolutely not.
All right. Are you ready here?
Yes.
We're going back, finishing up The Association. Legends 1027 with The Association. Wendy, Sarah, do you remind us, why did we just play that record?
Well, because that song was one of the songs on the Sweat Into the Oldies tapes that I remember doing like as a kid.
Back in the day.
My mom's Sweat Into the Oldies tapes.
Yeah.
So we talked about that because Richard Simmons passed away on Saturday at the age of 76.
Very sad.
Yeah.
Let's recap 3 things we must take away from today's Wiki Corner. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Go.
All right. Richard Simmons' Sweat Into the Oldies tape sold 25 million copies.
He personally answered emails and letters and made hundreds of phone calls each week to those seeking his help.
And he claimed to have helped humanity lose around 12 million pounds.
There you go.
Pretty amazing.
Doing good work.
Absolutely.
Doing good work. Sad, though, that we didn't see him for the last 10 years.
I know, that he kind of became a little bit of a recluse, but that's what he wanted. And I feel like I read, too, that the police were called to his house to do, like, a welfare check, and he was like, I'm fine. I just
I just don't want.
I just
anybody
don't
to
want
see
any
me.
attention. Yeah.
No, he had a brother, right? Was his brother involved in kind of taking care of him, or we don't know anything about that?
Not sure.
Okay, all right.
But
His brother put out a statement after he passed away.
I think so, yeah.
Is he younger brother, older brother? We don't know. Okay.
Don't know.
All right. Folks want to learn more about Richard Simmons, Sarah. Where do they go? What do they do?
Well, you can go to my Wiki blog. If you go to
Sure.
legends1027.com, on the homepage, there's a link that takes you to my blog where I post everything I talk about every day.
It is all there. Plus, you can see the Wiki Corner archives with the Wiki Corner podcast, video podcast of this and all of our Wiki Corners going back several weeks now and going forward on our YouTube page. Go to youtube.com and search Sarah's Wiki Corner.
And, of course, it's on Facebook as well.
Of course, on Facebook as well. Now, you bumped into somebody real quick at the Cornhill Arts Fest over the
I
weekend.
did. I got to give a shout out to Mike and the neighbors out in Bushnell's Basin.
Now, Mike's...
Big Legends listener. He listens all day long. Has the radio blasting when he's working outside.
Good man.
And they said when the Wiki Corner is over, he knows it's time to come inside and have some wine.
Have some wine.
Enjoy that wine.
Booze it up. Booze it up.
Yeah.
By the way, it's about to storm, so he's probably heading inside.
I hope so.
Yeah. All right. Back again tomorrow, 4:10.
Absolutely.
Fresh episode here on Legends. Thank you, Sarah.
You're
Traffic
welcome.
with Ed Smith coming up. The forecast as well with meteorologist Josh Nichols. And, of course, more of your favorites on Legends 1027.